Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenger Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. Alright, today we're talking about Sun's transit into Scorpio in November. And if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit that bell icon and select all. And if you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. If you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright. Now, Sun's moving into Scorpio. It'll be there from, let's see here, November 16th to December 15th. Okay. And there will be a full moon taking place on November 15th. Now, the full moon won't be taking place in Taurus, though. It'll be taking place in Aries right before Sun moves into Scorpio. Then there will be a new moon taking place December 1st. And the new moon will be taking place in Scorpio, of course. Because new moon is whenever moon is conjunct the sun. Alright. Now, these are your Vedic Sidereal placements, not your Western Tropical. So make sure that you're going off of your Vedic Sidereal placements. If you don't know your Vedic Sidereal placements, you can look them up on a birth chart calculator online for free, or you can get a much more detailed birth chart from my website. Okay, now we read your transits from the Ascendant, from the Moon, and from the Sun. You always have to look at these 3 points. The reason being, Ascendant is your overall path in life. It is how your life plays out, so you have to look from the Ascendant. From the Moon, Moon is your mind and emotions. It's how you think and feel about your reality. So that is also very important. And then there's the Sun. Sun is your soul. It's what your soul's experiencing in this life. So, very important. Okay. Well, let's jump right in, starting it off with Aries, like always. Okay, Aries. So Aries, for you, Sun is moving into your 8th house in the sign of Scorpio. But first, let's talk about this full moon. So the full moon is going to be taking place while Sun's still in Libra. At the very beginning, or right before Sun's transit. Now, that full moon is going to be taking place in your Ascendant, in Aries. Or your moon or sun sign, whichever. So, first house is you. Your physical health, your body. And a full moon moon's your mind and emotions. So mind and emotions are at their peak. They're at their fullest. So you'll see emotional highs or lows, but you'll see very extreme emotions. Now, this is happening in your first house, so this could be tied to your health. Maybe you're tired of being, in such poor health. Or maybe you're just feeling overwhelmed with life in general. These are what you can see with full moon in the first house. Now, Sun is going to be transiting in Scorpio, though. So Scorpio is your 8th house. 8th house is your in-laws, joint finances and relationships and in business. It's other people's money. 8th house is sex. It's the occult. It's research. It's death, wills, inheritance, estates, legacies, taxes. It's psychological baggage. It's surgeries. It's sign-ups and downs and transformation. Now, Sun is a spotlight. Sun's the brightest in the sky. So, Sun is shining the light on this house, revealing what is hidden. Because 8th house is what's hidden. And Sun is your focus. So now you're focused on this house. And there will be a new moon taking place here as well. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So expect something significant to happen tied to this 8th house that you will have to focus on. All right. That's what I have for you, Aries. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus. Okay, so Sun is going to be moving into your 7th house in the sign of Scorpio. But before that, let's talk about this full moon. So the full moon will be taking place while Sun is in Libra still. But that full moon will be taking place in Aries, your 12th house. Well, first off, a full moon is when the moon is full. Moon is your mind and your emotions. So emotions are at their peak during this full moon, during any full moon. Now, this will be tied to that 12th house, though. So 12th house is bed pleasure, sex, and sleep. 12th house is spirituality, spiritual people. It's isolation, anywhere you feel isolated. Jails, hospitals, asylums, monasteries. It's foreign people, foreign places, multinational companies. It's losses of all kinds, including financial. So it's donations. It's investing, because when you invest money, you're temporarily losing money. So with this, we see you're going to be very emotional about the things of this house. Maybe someone you know has to go to a hospital. Maybe you're going to jail. Maybe you're getting laid. Maybe you're having a big financial loss. But these are the kinds of things that we can see with this. Now, Sun is transiting in your 7th house, though. So, 7th house. Well, first off, Sun. Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun is the spotlight. And Sun is your focus. So, wherever Sun transits, you have to focus on that. So, 7th house is relationships. It's marriage, business partner. It's the masses, all of the people you meet out in the world. 7th house is 10th from the 10th. So it's the higher form of your career, of your status, your reputation, your fame. It's 4th from the 4th. So it's the higher form of your comfort and happiness as well. So you're going to be focused on all these things. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So there will be something new tied to the 7th house. And you will have to focus on this house until Sun moves. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini. So, for you, Sun is going to be moving into your 6th house. But before that, let's talk about that full moon that will be taking place while Sun's still in Libra. So the full moon will be in Aries, your 11th house. Well, a full moon is when the moon is full. Moon is your mind and your emotions. So emotions are at their fullest. They're at their peak. Now, 11th house is your elder siblings. It's your paternal aunts and uncles. It's your friends, your network circle. It's large organizations, large gatherings. It's stock market. It's gains. It's your hopes, wishes, and desires. So with the full moon taking place here, we definitely see you're going to be emotional about something tied to this house. Maybe it's because you gain a lot financially. Maybe it's because you fulfill a hope, wish, or a desire. Maybe you make a new friend. Maybe you go to a party. Maybe there's something that has you really emotional tied to an elder sibling or a paternal aunt or uncle. But that's what we see with that. Now, Sun is going to be transiting into your 6th house, though, in Scorpio. So Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun is the spotlight. And Sun shows where you have to focus. So now you have to focus on the 6th house. Well, 6th house is your maternal aunts and uncles. 6th house is your coworkers, your pets. It's your enemies. It's debt. 6th house is competition. So it's even house of sports. It's conflict. It's legal disputes. It's health issues and accidents. It's your everyday work, everyday routines. Now, you have to focus on all of this now. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So, this will be in this house, in Scorpio, the 6th house. So now expect something new to come up. Maybe there's something new in your work. Maybe you take on a new debt. Or there's something new taking place concerning that debt. Maybe you're in a competition. Maybe you have a legal dispute going on. Maybe you're doing battle with an enemy. Or maybe there's just something going on with your maternal aunt or uncle. But this is what we see taking place for you, Gemini. Alright, moving on to Cancer. Cancer, for you, Sun has moved into your 5th house in Scorpio. But before that, let's talk about the full moon. So the full moon will be while Sun's still in Libra. So therefore, the full moon will take place in Aries. Well, Aries is your 10th house. 10th house is career, status, it's your reputation, it's your workplace, your managers, your bosses. 10th house is national government. It's the highest house of karma. It's your karmic actions that the world notices. So even if you're retired, 10th house is still important. Now, a full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. So you'll be emotional tied to this house. Maybe you get a new job. Maybe you get a promotion. Or maybe things go really bad at work. And that has you very emotional. These are some of the things that we can see with this. Now, let's talk about Sun transiting in your 5th house. Well, Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. And Sun is where you have to focus. So, 5th house. 5th house is romance, fun and games, children, students, subordinates. It's education. It's creativity, arts, sports. It's media, because 3rd from the 3rd. 5th house is politics. 5th house is 8th from the 10th. So it's the sudden ups and downs and transformation of your career. So it can even show new job. Or promotion even. Or demotion. If you're not careful. So with this, we see you have to focus on these areas of life right now. Also, 5th house is speculative gains through stock market, through gambling, through business. So you have to focus on these areas of life. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So, you could begin a new romance. You could begin something new in your education. Maybe you have an exam coming up. You could change a job. You could have some kind of creative project going on. Maybe you have new ideas when it comes to politics. You want to get involved. But this is what we see taking place for you, Cancer. Alright, moving on to Leo. Leo, 1 second. I need a drink. And then we'll get into it. Alright, Leo. So, Sun has moved into Scorpio. Scorpio's your 4th house. But before that, let's talk about when Sun is in Libra. Because while Sun's still in Libra, there will be a full moon taking place in Aries, your 9th house. So a full moon is when the mind and emotions are at their fullest. So you will be emotional, tied to the 9th house. 9th house is your father figures. It's your mentors, teachers, gurus. It's religion, philosophy, the law. It's long distance travel, pilgrimage. It's publishing. Ninth house is even banking. Why? Because it's second from the eighth. It's the savings of other people's money, the earnings of other people's money, so it's tied to banking. Ninth house is your luck and your fortune. So, there will be something emotional tied to this house. Maybe there's something going on with your father. Maybe you're traveling. Also, ninth house is higher education, beyond like a bachelor's degree or outside of typical schooling. So you could be receiving some kind of education. Maybe you're publishing something, or something's not going well with something you're publishing. Maybe there's a legal matter that has you upset. But now let's talk about Sun's transit in Scorpio here. So Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight, and you have to focus where Sun transits. So this is going to take place in your fourth house. Well, fourth house is your mother figures. Home, land, real estate. It's vehicles. It's your comfort and your happiness. So now you're focused on this house. You're going to have to focus there. And there will be a new moon taking place there. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So, maybe you're getting a new home. Maybe you're renovating a home. Maybe you're getting a new car, repairing a car, selling a car. Maybe there's something going on with your mother. Maybe there's something that happens that allows you to feel really happy. But that's what I have for you, Leo. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo. Sun is going to be transiting into Scorpio, your third house. But first, let's talk about the full moon. So the full moon will be taking place while Sun is still in Libra. And it will be taking place in Aries, your eighth house. So a full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. They're at their peak. So you will be emotional, tied to the eighth house. Well, eighth house is your in-laws. It's joint finances and relationships and in business. It's other people's money. It's death, wills, inheritance, estates, legacies. It's taxes. It's sex. It's the occult. It's research. It's psychological baggage. It's surgeries. It's ups and downs and transformation. So, you're going to be emotional, tied to the eighth house. Maybe there's sun changes going on that have you all messed up. Maybe you have some psychological baggage going on. Maybe someone you know needs a surgery. Maybe your in-laws have you real upset. Or maybe you're emotional because of some occult discovery that you made. But these are just some examples of what we can see with this full moon taking place here. Now, let's talk about Sun's transit in Scorpio, your third house. So, Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight, and you have to focus on that house. Now, third house is your younger siblings. It's your cousins, your neighbors. It's media, social media, the internet. It's art, it's sports. It's communication of all kinds, including writing. Third house is short distance travel, but it's even foreign travel because it's 12th from the 4th. It's the furthest place away from your homeland. Third house is marketing and sales. It's a house of effort. It's 8th from the 8th. So it's a higher form of sudden ups and downs and transformation. Transformation through self-effort. So with this, we see you have to focus on this house. And there will be a new event tied to this house. Maybe you have something going on with your younger siblings. Maybe you have a fight with a neighbor. Maybe you're writing something. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're learning a new skill, because third house is also a house of skills. Maybe you're having to put forth a lot of effort. But alright, that's what I have for you, Virgo. Moving on to Libra. Libra. So Sun is transiting into Scorpio, your second house. But first, let's talk about the full moon, which will be taking place while Sun's still in Libra. So that full moon will take place in Aries, your 7th house. A full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. They're at their peak. So you will be emotional, tied to the 7th house. 7th house is relationships. It's business. It's marriage, business partner. It's all the people you meet out in the world, the masses. 7th house is 10th from the 10th. So it's the higher form of your career, of your status, your reputation, your fame. It's 4th from the 4th. So it's the higher form of your comfort and happiness. So maybe you're emotional because you're feeling really good. Maybe you're emotional because things aren't going well in your career. Maybe you're emotional because of a relationship. Maybe you're failing in business, struggling. But now let's talk about Sun's transit in Scorpio, your second house. So Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. And Sun is your focus. So you have to focus on the second house. Second house is family. It's your earnings, your savings, your bank account. It's your possessions. It's your speech. It's also your face. So, there will also be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So here we see you have to focus on all this. You have to focus on family issues. You have to focus on your bank account. Maybe you have a new source of income. There could be a new event with your family. Maybe you have to go to the dentist or to the eye doctor. But we see these things could be taking place. All right. That's what I have for you, Libra. Moving on to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. So, Sun is transiting into your first house. But first, let's talk about the full moon. Full moon will be taking place while Sun is still in Libra. And it will be taking place in Aries. Aries is your 6th house. And a full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. They're at their peak. You will be emotional, tied to the 6th house. Your 6th house is your maternal aunts and uncles. It's your pets. It's your coworkers. It's your enemies. It's your debt. It's everyday work, everyday routines. It's competition. So it's a house of sports. It's conflict. It's legal disputes. It's obstacles. It's health issues and accidents. So, with the full moon taking place here, maybe you're emotional because of something going on with a maternal aunt or uncle. Maybe you're defeated by your enemy. Maybe you're emotional because you're drowning in debt. Maybe a pet died, or you're getting a new pet. Maybe things are going bad at work. These are just some examples of the themes that you could be emotional about. Now, let's talk about Sun and Scorpio. So, Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. And wherever Sun transits, you have to focus on that house. So this is taking place in the first house. First house is you, your physical health, your body. It's your overall personality. So with Sun transiting here, there will also be a new moon. A new moon is a new event. Now with that full moon taking place in your sixth house before, sixth house is health issues and accidents. And then a new moon right after in the first house of your health. Safe to say, health issues could crop up. There could be a new health issue that comes about. Or maybe there could be something new where you're resolving a health issue. So this doesn't have to be bad. It really depends on your own individual chart. And far more important than the transits are your dashas, your planetary or sign-based time periods. A good astrologer always looks at transits last. So, don't be overly scared by this. Transits come and go all the time with nothing happening. Outside of a few minor things. Like I said, there will be a new event. But it may not be terrible. So don't get all down about it. Alright. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. Moving on to Sagittarius. Alright, Sagittarius. So, Sun is transiting in your 12th house. In Scorpio. But first, let's talk about that full moon. Full moon's taking place while Sun is still in Libra. So, the full moon will be in Aries. Full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. They're at their peak. You will be emotional, tied to the 5th house. So, 5th house is romance, fun and games, creativity, arts, sports. It's children, students, subordinates. It's education. 5th house is politics. It's speculative gains through stock market, through gambling, through business. It's 8th from the 10th house. So it's the higher form of, not the higher form. It's the sudden ups and downs and transformation of your career. Okay. So, you'll be emotional, tied to the 5th house. Well, 5th house is... I'm getting lost. Alright. So, you will be emotional about the things of the 5th house. 5th house, you could be emotional about romance. Maybe you're beginning a new romance. Maybe things aren't going well in romance. Maybe you're emotional because of your children. Or your children are very emotional. Here, you can be emotional about your education. Emotional about politics. Here, you could have extreme emotions because of something going on in your work, some sudden change. Maybe you suddenly lose a job. Maybe you have to suddenly change jobs. So that can be seen as well. But now let's talk about Sun's transit in your 12th house in Scorpio. So Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. So Sun shows where you have to focus during its transit. So, 12th house. 12th house is bed pleasure, sex and sleep. It's spirituality, spiritual people. It's isolation, anywhere you feel isolated. Jails, hospitals, asylums, monasteries. It's losses of all kinds, including financial. It's donating. It's investing, because when you invest money, you're temporarily losing money. It's foreign people, foreign places. It's multinational companies. It's fantasy. So, with Sun transiting here, there will also be a new moon. New moon is a new event taking place in your life. So now you have to focus here. Maybe there's something new where you have to go to a hospital. Maybe someone you know is going to jail. Maybe you're having sex. Maybe you're dealing with some financial loss. Maybe you're traveling to a foreign place. But these are some of the things that we can see with Sun transiting here. All right. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Moving on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. 1 second. I need a drink. Okay. My throat was starting to die. All right. So, Sun is transiting in Scorpio, your 11th house. But first, let's talk about this full moon. So, full moon is happening when Sun is still in Libra. So, the full moon's going to be in Aries, your 4th house. Well, a full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. They're at their peak. Now, 4th house is your mother figures. It's home, land, real estate. It's vehicles. It's your comfort and your happiness. So, you're going to be emotional tied to this house. Maybe there's something going on with your mother. Maybe there's something going on with a home. Maybe you find out your home has mold all over the place in the walls. Maybe your car needs to be repaired. Or maybe you're really happy. Maybe you're getting a brand new car. But we see that fullness of emotions taking place. Now, let's talk about Sun's transit in the 11th house in Scorpio, though. So Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. Sun shows where you have to focus during its transit. So, with Sun being in the 11th house is your elder siblings. It's your paternal aunts and uncles. It's your friends, your network circle, large organizations, large gatherings, parties. It's stock market. It's gains. It's your hopes, wishes, and desires. And there will be a new moon taking place here. A new moon is a new event. So, maybe there's something new taking place with your elder siblings, with your paternal aunts and uncles. Maybe you're making a new friend. Maybe you're going to a party, becoming part of a large organization. Maybe you're investing in the stock market. Maybe you're gaining. Or maybe you have a new hope, wish, or desire that you want to fulfill. Alright, that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Moving on to Aquarius. Alright, Aquarius. So, Sun is transiting in your 10th house in Scorpio. But first, let's talk about that full moon while Sun is still in Libra. So, the full moon will be taking place in Aries, your 3rd house. Full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest, at their peak. You will be emotional tied to the 3rd house. So, 3rd house is your younger siblings, your cousins, your neighbors. It's communication of all kinds, including writing. It's marketing and sales. It's media, social media, the internet. It's arts, it's sports. It's your skills. It's effort. It's 8th from the 8th. So it's a higher form of sudden ups and downs and transformation. Transformation through self-effort. It's short distance travel, but it can even be foreign travel because it's 12th from the 4th. It's the furthest place away from your homeland. So, knowing all this, we see you're going to be emotional. Maybe there's something going on with your younger sibling. Maybe you get into a fight with a neighbor. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're learning a new skill. Maybe you're kicking ass in some sporting event. Go for it. I'm rooting for you. But we do see you being emotional tied to these things. Now, let's talk about Sun's transit in the 10th house in Scorpio, though. So, Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. And the spotlight's being shown on your 10th house. So you have to focus there. Well, 10th house is your career, your status, your reputation, your fame. It's your workplace, your managers and bosses. It's government, especially national government. 10th house is the highest house of karma. It's your karmic actions that the world notices. So with Sun transiting here, there will also be a new moon. A new moon is a new event taking place in your life. So, maybe there's something new going on at work. Maybe something new takes place where you're achieving that status that you want. Maybe you're getting promoted. Maybe you're blowing up on YouTube or Instagram or something. Maybe you're getting involved in the government. But we do see that new event taking place, and you have to focus on this house. You now have to focus on your karma. Your karmic actions. So not what's going to happen to you, but what you have to do for the world. Even if that's something small. Alright. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces. Alright, Pisces. So, Sun is transiting into Scorpio, your 9th house. But first, let's talk about that full moon taking place while Sun was still in Libra. So, the full moon will take place in Aries, your 2nd house. Well, Aries is, first off, the full moon is when mind and emotions are at their fullest. They're at their peak. So you'll be emotional tied to the 2nd house. 2nd house is your family, your earnings, your savings, your bank account. It's what you value, your possessions, your speech. It's your face. So with this, we see you could be emotional when it comes to the family, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your face. Now, why would you be emotional tied to your face? Maybe you have to see a dentist. Maybe you have to see an eye doctor. An optometrist. There we go. Alright. Maybe you're getting some new possessions. But now let's talk about Sun's transit in the 9th house in Scorpio. So Sun is the brightest in the sky. Sun shines the spotlight. Sun shows where you have to focus. So now you have to focus on that 9th house. Well, 9th house is your father figures. It's your mentors, teachers, gurus. It's higher education beyond like a bachelor's degree outside of traditional schooling. It's religion, philosophy, the law. It's publishing. It's a house of banking. It's long distance travel and pilgrimage, if I forgot to mention that. Can't remember. It's also your luck and your fortune. So, there will be a new moon happening here as well. New moon is a new event taking place in your life. So maybe there's something going on with your father or your guru. Maybe you're beginning something new in your education or taking some kind of exam. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're pursuing religion, trying to be more involved. Maybe you're publishing something. Maybe you have a legal matter going on. Maybe there's something new that's really lucky for you. Alright, but yeah, that's what I have for all of you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out me in the channel. To be notified whenever I release a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. If you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, the links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. And if you'd like to donate to help support the channel, the links to those will be in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.